Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to just be creating this look while I chat with you guys and answer some of your questions that you guys have given me from all of my giveaway videos. I asked you guys to just ask me some questions and then I would answer them, and you guys gave me so many good questions. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear my answers to them, and I'm just really blessed to have you guys all here, and thanks for being here. So I played around with the Tati Beauty makeup palette today, or eyeshadow palette. I had never used it before, so I talk a little bit about my first opinions of this palette today, but I do plan on doing like a different video on that palette. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, today I'm mainly not talking about every step that I'm doing in my makeup routine. I'm mainly just telling you guys and answering your questions that you had for me. All right, let's just get into this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Let's go. Okay, so we are just going to start by putting on some brow gel. I just finished up doing my brows and I just want to make sure they are locked in place. I'm just using the Anastasia brow gel, clear brow gel. You guys asked me so many good questions. A lot of the same questions were from multiple people, so I'm gonna go through and just like on my phone scroll through and just kind of look at like what were the best questions, the questions that I feel like were the most asked or just whatever, and we'll go through and answer those while I do my makeup. I'm not gonna go in today through every single detail and explain everything. If for some reason you like the look a lot today and you're like, hey, I want to see that in depth or in detail, then just ask me and request it and I can do that. I will just tell you the products I'm using. And I'll have it listed down below, but I'm not going to really be going through each step and explain everything. I am using a new palette today, but I plan on doing like a review on this palette in a different video. I just used the Maybelline Master Primer to prime my face, and this is the Hydrate and Smooth Primer. Okay, so for the first question, and while I'm answering this, I'm gonna go in and do my foundation. I had, what is your favorite high-end? This is from, and excuse me if I say these names wrong, this is from Samaya Patel. What is your favorite high-end and low-end makeup product? What or who inspired you to start your channel, and what's my favorite snack? So I would probably say, my gosh, that's like such a hard question because I feel like there's so many. My favorite high-end, let's just start there. I'd say that I really have been like enjoying Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I feel like their formulas are like really, really good. They blend well. I haven't used too many of their like other products. I've kind of just used the foundation and their brow gel. So I'm not exactly sure, but it's so hard because I like enjoy so many different products like from different brands. So I wouldn't say if I have like a high-end favorite, but I can tell you for more of like a affordable or lower end, it'd probably be ColourPop or Morphe. Those are affordable and they're not drugstore because they're not sold at like drugstores. They're sold at Ulta or online. But if I'm thinking about like a lower end, that would probably be the one that I would say is my favorite. Who inspired me to do my makeup channel? Well, I actually started off doing mom videos and not doing like just a makeup channel. I really, really loved creating mom videos, but I kind of was wanting to do something that I like always was really, really inspired to do makeup, and I went to school to be an esthetician, which I feel like a lot of people don't know that because I'm not like working as an esthetician right now. And so I went to school to be an esthetician. I learned so much about makeup and was like, oh, I'd love to be a makeup artist one day. Like that was just like something that was a thought of mine. And I honestly didn't know much about makeup. Like I was that girl that did just like the smallest amount to my face, walked out the door, and that was it. Like I didn't do this 10-step process. Yeah, I would say like the more and more I started watching YouTube, that Jaclyn Hill was like one of my biggest, like, I loved watching Jaclyn Hill, and she was just like someone that encouraged me so much. And like every time I watched her, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I want to do this. And then another YouTuber that really inspired me was Paige Koren, and she has been growing like so good. Like her channel's just been growing rapidly, so go check her out. I'll leave her channel down below. But she inspired me so much to do makeup. And I was honestly truly inspired by her. Just watched her and like her attitude and just everything. I was like, I want to do this. Like I really, really want to do this. And so that's kind of like who inspired me. My favorite snack, honestly, I don't really think I have a favorite snack. Like so many different things. Like I'm the type of person that's really hard for me to answer favorite questions because I'm so like versatile that I love so many things that it's kind of hard for me to just say one thing that I like. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next question. By the way, I used the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, and then I'm using the Wet n Wild Concealer. Okay, from Wendy Souls, she asked me, am I a makeup artist? So I kind of just answered that. I am not a licensed makeup artist. I feel like I call myself a makeup artist, but I'm not a licensed makeup artist. Like I said, I went to school for it, so I can work as a makeup artist. I just have to go get licensed in Michigan. Then I could work as a makeup artist. But no, I don't think I can actually call myself. Like, I graduated from school as an esthetician, but I am not working like as a makeup artist. Okay, Zoe DeBois, she asked, what is my favorite eyeshadow palette ever? I would say my favorite eyeshadow palette is probably the Jaclyn Hill, which if you are familiar with my channel, you probably know that. Talk about her palette all the time. I would say her original one, not the volume 2. I do love the volume 2, but her original, just the first one that she came out with, is so good. And it's just like for an everyday palette, it's amazing. It's my favorite like go-to palette that I bring everywhere. When I leave, when I go out of town, that is the palette that I bring. Okay, Irene Ramos, I think that's how you say her name, so I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. She asked, do you usually use everything you get in your BoxyCharm boxes or just test them and be done with the box? It's a good question. I have not used a lot of products that I get in my BoxyCharm boxes. I try to use them like as much as I can, but there's a lot of products I haven't used just because some of them are not products I really care to use, or I haven't gotten around to them, or they're for like older skin. Like some of the skin products like are more for wrinkles or just whatever that I don't have yet. So yeah, not everything I use. There's a lot of things I have that I have not used, but some of it is just because I haven't gotten around to it. Okay, so Glamburger asked me a few questions, so I'm gonna answer them. She asked me, what state do I live in? So I live in Michigan. We moved home to Michigan in April of last year, so it's almost been a year. And we've been here, and our plan is to stay here for a while. There's like been talks of if we want to move to Florida one day, but right now it's kind of just Michigan. Okay, I know my face is looking a little crazy. I did way too much bronzer on this side of my cheek on accident, and I've been trying to work with it to like dye it down, and I just can't get it to dye down, and it's frustrating me. So I baked my skin underneath to try and carve it out a little bit, and we'll just see if that fixes itself. I got distracted and couldn't do it. All right, anyways, next question from her was, what is your favorite part of your makeup routine? I'd probably say doing my eyes, like my eyeshadow, putting on my lashes and seeing like the full eye look. Like, it's just really fun to me to see how an eye look just all comes together. And speaking of eyes, we're going to start on my eyes. And like I said, I'm using the Tati Beauty palette. Never used this palette before, but we're gonna use it today, and then I do plan on doing a review of the palette. Okay, so this is how this palette looks. I'll just tell you a little bit about it really quick, but I am gonna do a review. Basically, it has all these shades, and it just goes up in a different formula on each row. So you have like the matte, the sequin, the metallic, and the glitter for each shade. It's such a cool palette. It has such a massive mirror, like so cool. So I'm really, really excited to dive into this. Okay, she also asked me, do you match your clothes to your makeup or your makeup to your clothes? I feel like I usually get dressed first and then do my makeup. So probably my makeup to my clothes. And then she asked me, what is my least favorite eyeshadow color to use? And that's a pretty easy question for me. I'm not big in using greens. Like, I don't like greens because I have blue-green eyes. So I feel like it really does nothing for my eyes. So green is probably the color I least like to use. And then next to that would be blue. They're beautiful colors, like, yeah, and that's why blue, I do like using blue. It's just like, it doesn't do a ton for me. It doesn't like bring out anything. So I prefer to stay away from blues and green. Another question I have is from Julie Lannon, I think that's how you say it. She said, are you a Christian? So I am a Christian. My faith is like a huge part of my life. I wouldn't say that I'm religious, because to me, like, I value having a relationship with God, and I don't really view myself as a religious person. I have a relationship with God, and He is my source for love and hope and everything, and I just base my whole life and what I do off of Him, and I try to just be the best that I can. So yes, I am a Christian, and I love that question. Sophia Luna said, what is your favorite lip product? My favorite is probably the Morphe liquid lipstick. It's a matte liquid lipstick, and in the shade Virgin. It's just such a nude shade, and it's like so pretty. The formula is amazing, and I just love that color. Like, it's just the perfect nude shade. Samaya Patel also asked me, what is my favorite book and movie? Gosh, this is another question that's just like hard for me. I would say my favorite, I'm not a big reader, but I do love like the Battlefield of the Mind book by Joyce Meyer. It's a Christian author, and it's just so good. Like, I've dealt with depression, anxiety a lot, and she talks a lot about like how your mind, there's a battlefield going on all the time inside of your mind, which is just so true, and how to combat the lies, and just how to go about having a good mindset and seeing truth from lies. So I really do enjoy that book. My favorite movie, I would say, like, I love the Hunger Games series. I just thought it was so great, and I love Jennifer Lawrence in it, and like, I really grew a love for those movies. Okay, Ashlyn Moore asked me, do I think primer is worth the buy? I definitely do. Like, years ago, I would have told you no. Like, I would have said, oh, I never use primer. Like, you don't need it. But now I have such a different mindset about primer. Like, I've just realized that for me, it changes my whole foundation look. Like, it is going to like either set into my skin okay or set into my skin beautifully, and I feel like primer really does that. It just like helps your skin and helps the foundation to not go like into your pores. Like, it just helps all of it, and I am a big supporter of primer now. Ashley Nanea, she asked me what my favorite highlighter was, and I would have to say my favorite highlighter is definitely the Jaclyn Hill palette, or the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlighting palette, the Flash palette. It is so amazing. Like, her quality and just the highlight, like the smallest little amount goes such a long way. I love it so much. Okay, so Jane Melendez asked me if the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 or the Jeffree Star Bloodlust is better. So I'm not gonna say which one is better, but she asked me which palette do you, oh, she actually said which palette do you recommend more. So I have nothing against Jeffree Star. I actually watch him a lot. But if I'm talking about which palette I would recommend more, I would probably say the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2. And that's only because if you're gonna get one or the other, I feel like you can get more looks from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 than you can from Bloodlust. Bloodlust is pretty much all purple shades. There's like a little pop of red and like a dark green. But other than that, I think it's all just like purple shades, which I love it. Like, I want to get the palette. But if you're gonna get one or the other, I would say get the Jaclyn Hill, just because you'll be able to get a lot more looks from that palette. Okay, Ashlyn Moore asked me, do I have any advice to start your own channel? So this is a good question for anybody out there that would want to start their own channel. So my biggest advice or recommendation or something I could tell you, be yourself. Like, people will be drawn to you and like you when you're yourself. If you're trying to be like someone else or act like someone else, it's gonna be hard. They're gonna probably be able to feel that energy and that vibe from you. So just be yourself as much as you can. Stay true to you. And the thing that I always had to remind myself is, a lot of times when you're doing a video for YouTube, you kind of forget that it's not live. So you would start to say something and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. Like, you can edit things out. So don't be afraid and feel anxious like I have to say everything perfect in the moment, because you don't. Obviously you don't want everything like completely scripted, but you don't have to feel like you have to say everything perfectly, because like I just said, like you can be yourself and just edit out the parts where you made mistakes. That's something to remember as well, because I struggled with that a lot in the beginning. I would say things, I'm like, oh, that's not what I meant to say, and then I was trying to like fix what I said instead of just saying, okay, like I can just stop and re-say it. Like that's okay. So be yourself, but also remember you don't have to say everything perfectly. Like I said, people are going to be drawn to you and people are going to like you for you and for who you are, and not because you're putting on a show or acting like you're somebody you're not. And also you don't have to have like all the perfect equipment. Like when I first started, I did take a lot of my birthday money and stuff and like buy a ton of things, but that's just because I wanted to. But if you don't have the money to do that or the option available to do so, don't feel like you have to. Like your YouTube channel, if it grows, like then get things, but try to like play it out, see if people are enjoying your videos, see what's happening before you go out and spend a ton of money. So those would be like my 2 pieces of advice to give you for starting a channel. And I don't know everything because I'm not even at 200 subscribers yet. So another question from Irene Ramos is, how many years have I been doing makeup? So like I said, I went to school for makeup. So I went to school, it was 2013. So I started my makeup journey in 2013. Honestly, when it started to become like an actual real thing was probably closer to I'd say like 2016. Overall, I'm liking this palette. Like the shades are amazing, but there is an intense amount of fallout with those. I know that that's to be expected with most glitters, but it is like really bad. You guys can see all of this glitter underneath here. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna go in and do some mascara and lashes, and then I'll come back and we will finish up some more questions. Okay guys, I have to be really honest with you, so I'm just gonna stop with the questions for 1 minute. I love Tati, and I think that she is an amazing makeup artist. She can do things that I literally am still trying to learn how to do. Like her techniques and everything, her looks always look amazing. And I love this palette, but the glitter shade, I don't know. I do not care for the formula at all. Like I honestly think it's really bad. I had to wipe off my entire face of makeup and redo it all just now because there is still, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's still glitter all under my eye right here. I'm hoping that you guys can see this, that there is a lot of glitter under my eye, and it got in my contact. It literally got everywhere, like is everywhere. I've been using like pressed glitters for a very long time, and I've never seen a pressed glitter like that is just so so much fallout. It literally was, it really frustrated me because I had to redo everything and everything just turned into a mess. And yeah, so I will try again with that again in the future, but as of now I'm really not a fan of those glitters at all. Like I said, I use pressed glitters all the time on so many of my looks, and I've never had where it just like falls out everywhere all over my face. So that is my honest opinion. I'm always going to tell you my honest opinion. I'm not going to sit here and give you bull crap and tell you something that's not true so that you buy someone's product or just anything. Like, that is my honest opinion. I do not care for those glitters at all. And I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to do my lips really fast because I can't really talk while I'm doing my lips, and then I will answer some questions. Okay, I'm going to start on my highlight and I'll answer a few more questions. Country Beauty Danielle asked, do I like to wear mattes and shimmers, all shimmers, nudes, bright colors, dark sultry colors? Okay, so my favorite type of eye look to do is mattes mixed with like a shimmer. Kind of what I did today, which today is a little bit more like out there and dramatic, but that would be like my go-to. What I would do on an everyday basis is just like a matte with a light shimmer and nude lip. Next question is, how many kids do I have and what are their ages? I have 2 girls. My oldest is Natalie and she's 3.5, and my youngest is Lily and she's 1.5. They are like pretty much exactly 2 years apart, because my 3-year-old will be 4 in August and my 1-year-old will be 2 in July. Carolina Gutierrez said, do I want any more kids? That's a great question. Oh my gosh. Okay, I literally live right by the road and somebody was driving insane. Okay, that's a really good question. I feel like at this time in my life, I do not want any more kids. If for some reason in the future I feel a little bit differently, then I guess that would have to be like God putting that in my heart to have more kids. But at this time in my life, I really don't want any more kids. I would love to have a boy. I like would die if I had a boy. I just want one so bad. But yeah, I think my husband and I have just like kind of been on the same terms of not really wanting more. But if I got pregnant or whatever, then so be it, because I would obviously love my child. I just at this time in my life don't feel that I want any more. Okay, last question was, what is your guilty pleasure videos that you like to watch? So I loved this question so much because I think it's so funny. Like, I love watching Dr. Phil videos. Like, I literally will sit there all the time and watch them. My husband thinks I'm so funny. He just laughs at me for watching them. But it's just like so interesting to me to see all these cases, like, and some of them are just so insane. Like, and by no means am I making fun of anybody, like if they have a mental disorder, just anything, but like, I literally sit there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe some of these things. Like, I can't believe how some of these people treat their kids or just anything. Like, it is so crazy to me, and I just really love watching his videos. And he's really funny and sarcastic, so I would say that's my favorite like guilty pleasure YouTube videos. That is all for today, guys. I just wanted to come on and answer some of your guys' questions. There was some that I didn't get to, and I'm sorry. And if you are still curious about something, I didn't answer your question, just like put it in a question, like in the description box below, and I will definitely get to that in another video answering questions. But yeah, thanks so much for all of your guys' support. I announced the winner like last week, so it should be in the description box of my last video and this video. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. This is the final look today. I just wanted to do like a get ready while I talk with you guys and answer questions. So anyways, let me know if you guys have any requests for future videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Love you guys. Bye.